Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Hearthstone Championship Tour Winter Championship is going to be played soon. It will start on Thursday the 28th of February and carry on until Sunday. In this tournament there will be 16 participants, the top 4 players from the playoffs of each of the 4 regions: China, Asia Pacific, Europe and Americas. And as usual for the championships, there's also another Choose Your Champion contest, so remember to go to the Blizzard website and click your Choose Now button and select a champion to represent you so that you can earn some Hearthstone packs. There is a link to the vote down below in the description. In this video I'm going to take a look at the lineups people are bringing, what sort of classes are being brought, what the archetypes look like, and I will take a look at a couple of the most popular archetypes and see what sort of tech choices people are making in those. Remember, this is a tournament environment, so not all of this is necessarily directly applicable on ladder. In the description there's also a link to Hearthstone top decks where there are all the decks and all the deck codes, so if you want to copy them to your Hearthstone client you can find them from there. This is the overall look of the lineups and the field. As you can see, there's tons of hunters. I mean, no one is really surprised, really. So yeah, lots of hunters, there's lots of priests, there's lots of warlocks, quite a few rogues and paladins as well. Notable number of quest rogues, because this is a conquest format tournament, so it's a best of 5 conquest, so people are bringing 4 decks, they ban 1 and they need to win with each of their decks. So decks like quest rogue that are easily able to get 1 win against something are much better in this type of tournament environment than they are on the ladder. But of course the very best ladder decks that just win against pretty much anything, they are always also a solid choice. This is what the overall class balance looks like. There are 16 players, 15 of them are bringing hunter, 13 are bringing priest, 11 are bringing rogue, 10 warlocks, 7 paladins, 4 druids, 2 mages, 2 warriors, and no one, absolutely no one dares to bring shaman to the highest level of competition. There have not yet been a lot of tournaments since the second wave of nerfs, and it might show here. The archetype list. There are overall 23 different archetypes that people are bringing, and 16 players bringing 23 different archetypes to the highest level of competition. This is an almost unprecedented level of diversity, that's really diverse. Midrange Hunter dominates the charts, 9 players are bringing that one, 7 Clone Priests, 7 even Warlocks, 6 Quest Rogues, 5 Death Rattle Hunters, 5 even Paladins, the rest a mix and match of all sorts of archetypes. There's a whole lot of variety over here. But are all the popular decks the same? Looking at Midrange Hunter for example, this time 9 out of 9 midrange hunters are bringing 2 weapons. Previously it was some people were bringing candle shots, some people were not bringing any weapons. Now everyone is bringing 2 weapons. It's either 2 candle shots, 2 headhunters hatchets, a card that gained popularity after the recent nerfs, or it's a mix of both, 1 candle shot, 1 headhunter's hatchet. 8 of the 9 builds include at least 1 Savannah High main. It's evenly divided between 1 copy or 2. And despite the nerf to Hunter's Mark, 6 of the 9 players have still chosen to bring Hunter's Mark as part of their list in 1 copy, and 1 player has chosen to replace that with a Deadly Shot. Dire Frenzy is a card that is being discussed a lot on how good it is in Midrange Hunter. 6 out of 9 are trusting in 2 copies of Dire Frenzy, and 3 out of 9 are trusting in 1 copy of Dire Frenzy. But this is a tournament meta, and many of these decklists that are being brought to this tournament are quite heavily trying to beat combo decks, beat control decks, just have a lot of power in them. And this sample list, which is pretty standard for what people are bringing right now to this tournament in regards to midrange hunter, is from Tyler. It's a double Headhunter's Hatchet, double Dire Frenzy build. Clone Priest is another popular archetype, And here we can see some differences between the usual ladder lists and the list being brought to this tournament, because 5 out of 7 clone priests are bringing both Gilded Gargoyle and Lyra the Sunshard. Okay, we can see Gilded Gargoyles, Lyra the Sunshards, those were part of the original list, they have been on the ladder for quite some time, but they're usually accompanied by stuff like Witchwood Grizzly, Lich King, maybe even Obsidian Statue sometimes. But these builds have none of that. Only 3 of 7 builds overall have Lich King, only 2 have Witchwood Grizzly, and usually they have lists like this Kaimeaos list here. So there's the Gargoyles and there's Lyra, but there are no additional taunt minions. So the deck doesn't go for very strong defensive plays, it just goes for those coins and potential for even faster kills thanks to the coins. But because of the number of minions in this build does not have guaranteed OTKs from cloning galleries or from spellstones. Even Warlock is surprisingly popular given that it's not considered a top tier ladder deck at the moment. 7 players are bringing it, 6 of them have Doomsayers in the build, 5 of them have Bladed Beetles, so some mixing and matching, some have both, like this sample list from Tansoku features 2 Doomsayers and a Bladed Beetle. Other than those, the real differences in even Warlock list come into that 6 mana tech slot. In this tournament, 5 out of 7 are bringing the Rubian Unraveler, 4 out of 7 are bringing Mojo Master Zihi, like this sample list actually has 2 Unravelers and Zihi, really targeting those combo decks. One is bringing Skulking Geist and one is bringing the Black Knight. And some of the lists include only 1 tech card on the 6 mana slot, this one includes 3. That's the main difference really between the even Warlock builds. What are you going to put into that 6 mana tech slot between 1 and 3 cards? The rest of the cards go into additional 2 drops. Post-nerfs even Paladin is here and it's still doing great. This is the nerf deck that sees the most play by far. 5 people are bringing it to this tournament. Every single one of them is bringing a Valanir build, so Valanir build is being really popular right now. Also, every one of these builds features Amani Berserker, so it has some of that early game power as well. Despite the nerfs, 3 out of 5 are bringing Avenging Wrath, but only 1 is bringing Equality. So Avenging Wrath is slowly starting to see more play. It was originally cut alongside Equality almost completely. Okay, Equality Avenging Wrath kind of go together, let's cut that package. But now, even if people are not including Equality back in the list, they have started to put Avenging Wrath for that extra reach. Also really strong against various combo decks. And also some anti-combo teching going on with 2 lists including Mojo Master Zihi and 2 lists including the Rubian Unraveler. This sample list from Essenging is a Mojo Master Zihi Avenging Wrath list with no equality. Pretty standard for what is being brought to this tournament. So that's a quick look into what the winter playoffs look like. Games are going to start in 2 days. Remember to choose your champion. The deadline for that is on Thursday. And link to the page is down below in the description. It will be 4 days of high-level Hearthstone at the end of this week, so really looking forward to that. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.